Facebook Live. Okay, so good evening. So now we start another session of our English Circle. So today, my topic that I picked would be publicity. Yeah, I want to ask you about today if you let's answer. Each would answer if you'd like to be famous. Yes or no? Question. Okay, so we start with you, I guess.
No,
No, you don't like. Okay, so why?
because other people seeing you, if you're in a good place, good working, you see you are a good celebrity.
Uh-huh.
But if you fall, so harsh to take it.
Okay, that's a good point. How about you, Muhammad? Would you like to be famous? Well,
Yes,
I guess
why
you
not?
already
Why
are.
not?
Like
Yes.
when I saw you on Facebook, you had like many people there.
Yes.
Were like to some level famous.
Yeah. Somehow, that's because, let's say, as a teacher, each year you let's say you see a lot of people, a lot of students are changing. They go and you stay.
Oh,
So, you become famous, already famous.
by just knowing
this
many
way,
people.
yes.
But you would like to.
I think no one would like to be unknown.
Okay.
Every one of us is looking to be famous to some extent or and somehow. But it depends on the way you get this publicity. Some people become thieves, and they are famous
That's also,
by
yeah.
being a thief. Some are politicians, let's say, they get their publicity from their point of views, political point of views. Let's say some figures, religious figures. Also, it depends on their, let's say, how they deal with the issues that they discuss on TV, for example. So, for me, I'd like to be famous, just to serve my some goals that I let's say
It helps you
I
with work.
like. Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay. How about you, Sultan?
Maybe start with them.
Huh?
Start with them.
Start with Sufyan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes or no, right?
Yeah, yes or no?
Yes or no, I mean, like Muhammad said,
Uh-huh.
why not? Because it depends on the position. In what position we became famous in. I mean,
But in general,
in general. So,
do you like that? Like, do you like attention or no?
yes. Somehow I
Yeah.
like to be famous. So in our mind, famous is money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, but yeah, mostly
Yeah, but
yes.
mostly, yeah. We want to become an actor. We want to become a singer and blah blah blah. You know. So it's all about money. So if there is money, yeah.
Why not? Okay. How about you, Shaima? Would you like to be famous for using your phone, for example, or being late? Or Okay, so answer later. Finish the ticket thing. Okay, Sultan, still later or
Okay, no problem.
okay?
Can I answer to answer?
Two answers? Okay.
No and yes.
Okay.
Yes, because you can reach me. Yeah. Anybody know me when I go anywhere? Like Cristiano Ronaldo. Who not know about him? Yeah. The negative, you don't have the what is it called?
Privacy.
Privacy, yeah. So when we go anywhere supermarket, we will not free. We will not have time for us and for my family.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a good point. Okay, so back to you, Shaima.
Yeah, I'm worried about being famous because something will reach my privacy.
So no. Your answer is no. Okay, and Farah? Of
Well,
course.
somewhat famous, somewhat famous. Not quite, but somewhat famous. Come on, you get, first off, you'll do everything you want. Secondly, I agree with the money aspect. And thirdly, you'll do whatever you want. Emphasis on the everything you want.
And you, what do you think? Wait, I'm trying to remember your name. It's hard. Noor. Huh? Noorsan, yeah. Noorsan.
I'm not sure. I like my priorities.
Huh?
I like my priorities. I'm not sure if I want to be a celebrity or enjoy sushi.
Okay, so like the people who said yes, of course, like you, for example. Would you? What do you think about the privacy aspect?
So somehow it's let's say it's not a choice to be famous, but you have the choice to keep your privacy to some extent, to some level.
Let me interrupt you. I think it's a choice to be famous. No?
No, it is not.
Well,
a
in
choice.
your sphere, no.
It's not a choice. Let's say the singer who made the Gangnam Style. I saw an interview for him on TV. So he said, I don't believe that I become famous as much as this. Just he made this song and so it became too much famous. So it is not your choice. Somehow or sometime it can be by chance or by hard work. It depends on the situation you are in. Also depends on the people you are working with. The community, the atmosphere, let's say the surrounding. So regarding privacy, I think it's your choice to prevent some people to see what you are doing. Just like let's say Facebook, you can allow this friend to see what you publish, and you can prevent the other to see what you publish. So somehow it's your choice to prevent people seeing what you are doing, or to let them. So if you are famous, I think sometimes people do not care for their privacy. Unless they do things, illegal things, or let's say shameful things, prohibited things.
But not necessarily, like.
Not necessarily, but yeah, but
I'm thinking like I don't want everyone to know what I'm doing all the time. I'm thinking like, no, that's not legal.
Yes.
That's not legal. Like
So-
last time I checked, at least.
So you can, if a celebrity does things in a good way, so he has nothing to hide. I think it increases his publicity also.
But not only him, only his family. His children will be everyone will be affected by that. Not only him. many of the children of the celebrities, they hide their faces on some social media sometimes because they are not going to be shown because of privacy and because they are still young, still shy. He wants to feel free. Does not want to be a public one or a celebrity. Or it's not his choice. You didn't ask him to do this or no. He will have a choice when he is older than 18. But when he is a child, he does not have the choice to know what is going on. So he will not know why he is doing that. Maybe he will not choose this, but he will continue doing it. So sometimes it affects your family.
Because it's the amount of exposure you let people see. For example, not all Western celebrities, they tend to show their kids, as you said, right? But when you come to the Arabs, the first thing they do is to take care of their child and they put it in front of the camera. It's true, it truly is.
There is somebody who is
Yeah, of course.
all the time.
Everything has an upright and downside to it, right? And that's the downside of being a celebrity. Now, I don't mind. Of course.
Just like you, I don't mind.
I don't mind. But, you know, you can control that. It's controllable. That's my...
You can control. Even in the West, everybody they call paparazzi, maybe.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. All the time taking photos when they are on their holiday, when they are...
Because it's a $1 million industry. That's why. Because if every shot they take, they sold it and they get a lot of money.
So it's...
So how can you then control it?
Website.
Well, you can. You can control it. As I said, it's the amount of exposure you let your children get affected by. You can control it by many ways. For example, I don't know. You can control it.
Yeah, I was looking for an example.
Can be controlled.
Maybe you control
By staying at home.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, you live in Beverly Hills and you have a mansion. Sure. Yeah. Not in Jabal Amman, for example. Where do you want to hide your children? On the roof? No.
If any famous he stay in the home, we have the mobile. He will take the picture and send to Instagram. Still, he maybe talk now in Paris or maybe now in Lebanon, yeah. But he stay in Jordan still, Ankara, not just.
celebrity and her father was died, and she don't want anyone to take pictures of this issue. And everybody was on her side and taking pictures, and she don't want this, and she forbid that, and she can't. She's in Lebanon, and she can't.
When you become
she cannot forbid that.
when you become a public figure, sometimes you have to be aware of that you are responsible. So you must carry this responsibility towards your children, the community, your friends. So let's say you can carry the responsibility much more than any other person who is not a celebrity or who is not well known. So it implies, let's say, responsibility on the person.
You can't be out of line.
Yes.
You can't be out.
Yes.
Okay, so hello. You're joining us here.
Unfortunately, for just 5 minutes.
Okay, tell us your what do you think about publicity? Today, is our topic is publicity, to be famous. Would you like to be famous, and why?
No,
And what's your name?
my name is Farah.
Oh, also Farah. Okay. And you? Adham. Nice to meet you.
what يعني فكرتي عن أكون مشهورة. For me, I get really embarrassed. بنحرج كتير. I don't like to be famous.
Okay. How about you, Adham?
إني أكون شخص مؤثر.
But not famous. Like not.
Kind of the same.
No, not really. Like, well, it can be, yeah, but not the way that we just discussed it. We discussed like that type of being famous while being, like, while having attention all the time, but being yeah, having an influence on people. It sometimes can be like you can get attention at your like when you're doing that, not all the time.
Sure, but after a while you become famous.
You can be
It's gonna say.
you can be مؤثر بصير famous مع الوقت. بصير مشهور.
But not that famous because I don't recall like photos of.
Come on. Oprah, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Dr. Phil. Come on. They're all
It's like virus, yeah?
Okay, so have you met? Have any of you met any famous people here and in Jordan in some place?
Yeah. Me.
You met yourself?
Yeah, myself. I was looking at the mirror, like, oh, there you go. No.
No, me too. Where did they go? Really? Because when I thought about that, like, I've never, like, where do they go for stuff? Like, where do they buy their things? Where do they, like, I've been to the airport many times. They don't even travel. Like, where are they? Like, I've been everywhere. And, or maybe we don't just notice them. Maybe they're just, like, driving next to you. And that's it. Because, like, when you imagine someone famous, like for me, I imagine someone somewhere doing something and there's a bunch of people around them yelling for photos and like autographs and whatever. But I've never seen that here.
For me, I have experience for this manner. So in Indonesia, the name is Yusuf Mansour. He is the biggest figure for Islamic school. So he's very famous, big deal in Indonesia. So he had under his wing, under his company now, he had 2,000 schools, 5 college, and so many shows in TVs. So are you with first time he called me. I meet him in Saudi Arabia. So when I back to Indonesia, he called me. Abdullah, I have program now. Back to 2012.
Oh.
So he called me, Abdullah, I have a program and I want you to be a guest in the show.
Oh.
Me and my brother, so nervous at that time. So he called me and, ladies and gentlemen, this is Abdullah and his brother and he's from David. After that, he called my family to come in his another show.
Wow.
On TV, yes. First time in live, second time in taping show for, Ramadan and the spirits of Ramadan. So it's the second time. That time I know I will be famous because before the before the taping air, they called us. So they want us, if you have account in Twitter or Facebook. That time I don't have. So my brother, do it. We'll be famous. So I do it. I gave it, and the taping aired in television. After that, I know, because the influence or effect from my family in that show, in effect, more people, so many people. So back to my statement, I'm not like to be famous. Yes, yes, in some times, okay, be famous, but
Some conditions.
yeah, but I look my sister now. She's famous now in Indonesia. She's she had she had been a talk show and celebrities and that, but her privacy,
Is almost gone.
because it's not her fault, but you know the social media now is very effect in this. Social media is very hard with. If you don't like the people, if you don't, you see the famous celebrities now. They're doing 10 times good times, but if he doing one bad time, he's down.
So this is responsibility. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For being famous.
Yeah, that's hard. But some people can think that's something, that it is something to push you forward to stay away from mistakes sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Because it's insane to be always like on guard. We can't help it. Yeah, we are humans. We do mistakes. It's in our nature. That's all.
Yes.
It's true.
the mistake. Yeah, but yeah, I think so. People don't go like say anything about you when you're doing mistakes. Just like start with mistakes. So when you do something good, they are happy.
Yeah. That effect. That not showing that.
Yeah.
The people. If you are you are doing some good action or charity or not. Ah, he's famous. Of course, he must to be. But when take a bad action, they're going to your personality, not your action.
Yeah, they attack you personally.
Yes.
That's the problem
That's
with being
problem.
famous.
Because I see that in Indonesia. I'm not. I know a lot. My teacher in Indonesia, he's famous. So if he doing something, not he's wanna doing something, but he's falling to that mistake. I feel sad for his family. I don't feel sad for him because his mistake. But I feel sad for his family, his kids, his wife, because the people now, because the anonymity in social media now is very harsh.
Yeah.
You don't if all time you can go to the person and you are bad, and you can't confront with that people with this. But now in social media, fake account or fake yes, every day.
Yeah.
You see in don't
Like
go,
you, last year, yeah? You have fake account, yeah.
Well, since Sultan is angry.
He's doing something.
Yeah. He replaced me
Something to
and
him,
action.
right?
Who are I am from After that, I see, oh, you have fake account.
I did it to her.
What was your name, Ahmed?
No, Sarah something, and I asked her if she wanted to get married. She's like, no. Yeah, I'm like, no, because I know a person and he's interested and she loves me. Yeah.
Like Facebook beginning when start the Facebook, many people have a fake account.
Yeah.
Maybe have 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's hard.
So that hard. I see my video. I have a video in YouTube in that show. So I see the comment. Nice. But one bad comment. It's very make me angry because it's okay if you say your action is not good, your sound is fake, your sound is very your action or your sound or your look, okay, but he's take my family. Or your sister is, your mother is. That comment make me. Okay, so I. After that, I saw the talk show in BBC. Yes, BBC. So the famous celebrity said, if you want to kill yourself, saw the comment of your action.
Yeah, so the best thing is just not to see them. Yeah, and just to not pay attention.
Because I laugh about it. My sister, now she's on TV, and so my mother always she has a Twitter, she has a Facebook.
Your mother also now.
Yes, my mother. So she every clips for my sister in TV, she go through the comments.
And reply.
Why this? So my sister, mother, stop. I know. So that make my mother so anxious about the action or about the.
She's here, look.
Yeah, she wants to protect her. That's amazing.
So I told my mother, Mom, I told that symbol from the celebrities, Mom, if you want to do that, you are killing yourself. Because it's not stop. It's float.
So ignore it.
Yeah.
Just ignore it,
Wow.
She would have diabetes and hypertension from that.
Oh, okay. So I think we move to our next topic now.
What is?
Okay, my topic is that I picked next. I don't know if you'd like it, but it's circus. How do you, how to say it? How do you look at circus in a general way? Do you think it's something good, something bad, something fun, something?
It is. What? The animal abuse part.
There is abuse, we should like
Because they elephants and tigers and they, of course they sedate them.
something
How do they keep
amusing in condition of not hurting other people or animals. It's okay.
I don't understand the topic.
Circus. Cirque. Circus. Yeah. So, what do you think about them? Do you like them? Do any of you like? Do we have circus? Like I remember we had one here when I was. Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, still.
No.
Oh.
It changed.
And there is one on the airport road. Airport road. I think that's the big one.
I didn't.
Yeah. But I think these issues with YouTube now, with the YouTube and social media now, not everybody goes to circus. But in app, you can see whatever you want. But in the past, yeah, it was a show. It was something to do. But nowadays, it's normal.
For me, like, I would always go if I found one.
Well, you see, not everyone. Well,
You can drive in our streets. You will see a circus.
type of animals.
Lots.
Types of animals.
Okay, so what do the others think? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't have any
You're
statistic about the circus.
Oh,
Maybe before we called him not circus, gypsy.
uh-huh.
Yes. So I don't know when I'm back from the campus or from the work.
Mhm.
I see in garden. I want to go, but I don't have time. But I will see. People is doing
Jumping.
jumping off
people
on
or
the-
something like that.
So
I
you've
think
never
it's,
been.
it's funny or get some, let's say, pleasure for kids or let's say children. It's more suitable for children, I think, rather than
And boosters. But that's good to have a child spirit. That's very good. I want this. I can't. Because I'm an adult. I don't want to be a children. I don't know why. Even when I tried.
All the
I
fun
was
is
an
there,
adult.
like. Okay, so when was the last time any of you went to the circus? Ever, if it was.
I
Okay.
have
Very
never.
long time.
Okay, so
No,
never.
never?
Never.
Even
I
with your
have.
kids?
When I was a kid.
And you were there?
Yeah,
You were together. Well, I thought maybe you went alone after that. Since you liked it. Okay, and
When I was a kid.
When I was a kid, also.
only
2 years ago, I was a kid.
Circus, Malahi maybe.
Oh man, that's a different thing. Well, for me, I was like 2 years ago, last time in circus, and it was my second time in life. Like I went when I was a kid, and then like when my family came to visit me. No, I was in Russia, and my family came, and they wanted to see like the Russian circus in Russia, like how different it is. It's my only comment is it's long. The show is long, like 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
It's like Indian movie.
So many.
After that, you see the dance and song.
it included everything, and I didn't stay until the end because my mother was like, okay, so like who wants to stay? Let them stay, and you walk me home. Well, she can't go alone, so obviously I had to. But I liked the idea of leaving that place. But they stayed so long, yeah. But the part of what I've noticed, like when I looked at it as an adult, if you look at the animals, like the part with the animals, what I seen that was, you can see they're afraid. They're doing everything because they are afraid. They're not having fun, not like the people. And clowns are strange. That's what I noticed. Also, they're like when you look at them and you're like, he's acting happy doing stuff, and not everybody's laughing, and he's continuing to doing it, and you're like, aha, that's crazy. So.
I think the most interesting part of the circus, or the hardest job in the circus, is the job of the clown. The most, the most clever one.
Because you have to go kill someone and then go back to work when you are a clown.
No. It's so hard to make people laugh. Suppose that they are of different cultures or nationalities or whatever. So you can laugh on a person from your culture, from your own culture or nationality, because you know what does this movement that he made mean or mean. What does it mean? So if a Russian person or clown made some action, I cannot understand him. So his gestures or movements, so I cannot understand them. So it's not, let's say, funny all the time.
Well, yeah, the culture may has a point. an effect. Yeah. No other comments?
I have to agree on the animal part. You can tell that they're not comfortable enough to do their thing because mostly they're wild animals and what they do for fun is hunting other animals, right?
Yeah.
And they're not like, yay, today I'm gonna jump on the ball or like, yeah, you can tell.
But what amazed me actually that there were cats in the circus.
Big
Yeah.
cats or
Cats.
cats? Yeah.
How can you? I was impressed by like how can you teach a cat like okay.
Yeah, you can.
In our major psychology, we have something we call classical conditions.
So you're a
Teach animals-
psychologist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can teach animals to behave like maybe like humans. Yeah. So we train on
But
other.
it's hard like
No,
to
my
teach a
cat
cat.
No.
how
The
to open
first,
the door.
the
By
first
itself.
theories or the earliest theories were imposed or implemented on animals. Then they
Yeah, the
they
classical
were
condition of
yes
Most of the animals are dogs and the penguins,
yes.
Mouses.
mouses. And there is a theory, I don't remember it. It's about dog when he is
Pavlov.
baby.
Pavlov.
Yeah.
Pavlov. Yes. Russian
I think that the
psychologist.
dog is more clever.
Pavlov.
No, actually, cats are cleverer than dogs. They
Yeah?
are. We have a cat in our home. He knows how to open a door and how to open a window.
Yeah.
Because animals are clever by their nature.
Yeah, but you can't force the cat to do something. Have you tried? Have you tried? Like I had a cat and I taught him how to do different things, but to teach the cat to just stay there, or not do anything, or to jump at some time, or to go through stuff, that's hard. Like cats, they're like, I think they're the same for
Maybe you are not a good teacher.
I agree.
maybe.
That was suffering
Maybe
fun.
he don't know anything. He will sleep
Yeah.
like teacher.
There's a video on Facebook on how they teach a cat how to jump on roofs. I think if you search it, you'll find it. They use a treat, which is a type of cat food, and you can give it to him every time you do something good, something right, and he'll get used to it, just like dogs.
Just stimulate by stimulating them. You give them a stimulus.
Yeah,
you
but
get
that's
a response.
it works with dogs all the time. I think dogs are easier to handle.
Dog.
Always.
Monkey.
With who? With
Pigeons.
oh, with pigeons. Yeah, I thought you said patients, and I was like, what do you do to people who visit you? Like,
Beings also.
so it works with pigeons also. I don't have any knowledge about pigeons actually, so that's new for me.
I know it's so simple to teach a dog or cat in comparison with a human.
Not really.
Depends teaching what.
Yeah.
Yeah, like teaching English. I think sometimes for you it can be easier to teach a dog or a cat.
Yes, I think so.
It can be, but
Yes, I think that you're right.
okay. Since we're talking about pets, how many of you have pets? Okay, we have pets. Yeah, house animal. You have a cat, and you?
I have a cat. She
And
has
this
a
is the same
cat.
cat.
No.
You have different cats because they're sisters. That's why I'm asking. So you have two cats at your place.
No, we have a lot of cats.
Each has a cat.
No, I have a cat, a 13-year-old cat. She has a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old cat, and we have a lot of the street cats that we feed. Yeah.
Okay. So and you also have a cat. So we have only cat people who have cats and people.
Sorry, I have.
Ah, what?
Beside my home.
Besides,
Yeah, not my cat. Beside my home.
The street cat,
Yeah.
which knows that you buy it.
my mother used to hate them at home. So
Every mother do this.
yes.
Every mother do this.
So
Oh, come on.
so if I bring a dog, when I was a child, I liked dogs. So once I brought a dog with me, she kicked me out before the dog.
Kept the dog.
No, yeah, that's
Since
same
that
thing.
time, I
yeah.
hate them. I don't like them.
Oh. Well, I used to bring always stray cats. I find dirty cat, ugly cat, and I bring it home. Then my mom tells me only one of you stays home. So I'm like, okay, one of us, yeah, me or the cat. So I was like getting the cat, saying, I'm sorry, I have to sleep. You're used to the streets, I'm not. Okay, do you know anyone with weird pets? Something not usual? No?
I once heard a guy once tried to sell an alligator. In
An
Jordan,
alligator?
Yeah. But
In Jordan?
yes. I don't know.
Alligator?
Yes.
Wow.
I think it's in the internet, and he's like in jail now because well, they caught him. And on open
Guys have monkey by the way.
yeah, and on OpenSoup you can find deers, owls.
Dear, yes.
Yeah.
But there are certain people who can acquire or have deer.
Yeah, deer is hard to have.
Yes.
Yep.
Like, especially if you're living in an apartment. Your neighbors will be all the time, like, just yelling at you, stay quiet, and the deer is running.
Because monkeys, they are above you. Something not
Yeah, but do you know anyone with... you don't know anyone with strange pet? Like, I know a boy who had pet snake.
Snake, yes.
Yeah.
Snake.
Snake. And the snake is not in an aquarium. Just like going around the house. Yeah. And I told him that his parents are crazy for letting him having a snake at house. Like, I wouldn't like... Hmm? It was in Russia.
Russia, come on.
So what? Like, people still it's called like instinct to be afraid of something which can kill you. You don't let it. Like it was still.
Maybe they don't have the thing that you
They're not venomous, you mean?
Yeah.
So what?
Sometimes they extract the venom of the snake.
Yes.
But it can still bite, or still can. You
Cat
can.
can bite too. A dog can bite too. So.
Yeah, but the dog you can see it. Like if you are walking and you step on the snake, it would bite you. Like at night, I think. Yeah.
And then go off.
Or if you're sleeping and waking up with a snake around you, like, I think that's
The
crazy. Like,
strange thing, I saw that video in social media. That girl saw she watching television with a big python with her.
Wow.
You see that?
the yellow python?
Yes.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
have seen
Yeah.
the veil.
The yellow python, yes.
They're huge. Yeah.
Very huge. Very huge. Very huge.
With a little girl.
Yes, with the little
Oh,
girl.
yeah,
Yes.
that's crazy. Yeah.
I think there's one that has cockroaches for pets. Have you seen it? It's on Facebook.
Has what?
Cockroaches.
Ah, yeah. I've seen
Yeah,
many
yeah,
people
I've seen it.
like
Have you
that.
seen it? Like a
Yeah.
lot of box full of cockroaches. In China, I think they eat them.
Yeah.
Crunchy. Juicy and
Like French fries.
the video, just like you don't see it.
see the video. Let's see this.
This girl that she shows off the different types of instincts they eat in China, including dogs. But dogs are not an instinct. So she has this yellow, like they're fried or something. A yellow, maybe snail. I don't know. It's and then the juice is burst out. I don't know. I think they're yummy. They look yummy. I don't know.
I don't want to try them.
Crunchy, yeah.
Crunchy.
Especially the puffed one.
I will have to leave.
But you have to take the mustache off because they stay in your teeth.
You can use it as toothpaste.
Okay. Enough about that.
But the odd thing in China, okay, everything, every animals move, they eat. But in this in Middle East, they are eating jarad.
Yeah.
Jarad?
Yeah, I think in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Yeah, I think in Gulf.
Camel.
So it's so funny because
What is called daba?
No, not Daba. Daba is a hyena. Dab, I think. Dab.
Dab is not the
As a creature that lives in the desert.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
yeah.
I take that. So in season of Jarad, they came when I in Makkah, in Haram. So the place for Tawaf, it's big, you know. So the Jarad is very kathir.
They're everywhere.
Yes, they're everywhere. So the people working there, the cleaning service, so they take it. Okay, take it. So I see that man, he's with his after.
It is allowed in our religion.
Yeah, I know.
It's allowed.
I know. But
But
it's
it depends. It depends on.
allowed.
It's allowed. Yes.
Shira?
No.
It's Jarad.
Jarad.
If you feel disgusting about that
Yes.
thing, it will be haram for you, right? In
Yes.
religion.
Yes.
Instead, no.
Really?
If you don't like it, you can leave it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not haram if you eat
No.
snake. Also,
No. It's not haram. Yes.
Can you
It's
eat
not
snake?
forbidden.
Some
No, it
lizards
has
or some.
peanut. It's forbidden. Snake is forbidden.
Okay, that's another topic for another session.
Sorry.
This is what's allowed and what's
talking about pets,
what's
right?
forbidden. We were talking about pets and now we're just like, no, you
A
can't
lovely
eat a
cat.
snake.
A lovely snake.
And begin with the house.
Ah, maybe you're getting hungry. Yeah.
Hungry of what?
If you're hungry enough, you will think about everything. So
Next time we'll bring a plate of Instincts Angela up and we will have a taste test. Huh? No? You don't want to?
Taste? I want to vomit.
I've seen also people who have snails as pets.
Yes, it's a delicacy in France.
No, as pets. No,
No.
you're hungry. I can see that.
Everything.
Oh, I think it tastes good. I think.
I don't know,
the way they
but
eat it, like,
No, birds. Sometimes birds.
birds like
Yes,
pets.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, birds
I
are
have-
usual. You have them like at house, like in a cage.
No, and not in a cage.
Uh-huh.
Free.
Free.
Yes.
But they come back like
Yes.
so. They're
What kind
no.
of birds?
canary.
No.
Canary without cage. Saying without cage.
Without cage. Parrot.
Parrot.
Yes.
Oh, parrots.
Yes.
Yeah, they live
Parrot.
without cages.
Yes.
Wow, parrots are interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but birds
And
sometimes
they-
they are
They are too much friendly.
yeah, and they are noisy sometimes.
Catching everything that we say.
Yes.
Sometimes.
And they are learning. Yes, they are
They're
learning.
embarrassing you.
Yeah, well, parrots, and they are intelligent too because once we
Yes.
were in Turkey and they had parrots on stand and we teach them to say Malik Kharab al-Kursi.
Who's Malik?
Uncle is really huge.
It's really fast.
You want the chair.
Yeah. And when we were leaving, the parrots continued saying Malik Kharab al-Chair, Kursi, Malik Kharab al-Kursi.
Yeah, but it's fun with parrots.
Yeah. It really is.
But yeah, there are people can have hamster. Hamsters are fun, I think. Yeah. You had a so you were saying you well now you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, he not long time.
Ah.
Turtles.
1 year. So here in Jordan.
Yeah, in Jordan, yeah.
Oh, some
When he
people
do
have them.
exercise, I will with him and the circle.
faster.
Motivation.
Someone to work out with.
Come on, baby. We will go.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so about pets also, let's continue since we don't have much time left.
What about your cats? You like cats?
I do.
Every pet or just cats?
No, we used to have a dog. Not even yet. Unfortunately.
And your
I
mother is,
only like
okay?
eatable
Yeah, of course.
Eatable animals.
Depends, they have some bad things on the house. They
What?
will get, the furniture will be bad, everything will be
Well,
bad.
it depends. If you like raise them good, they're like children. Like children can also draw on the wall and do stuff, but if you
Yeah, but even when we have a cat for 1 month only, or every our time, our furniture become bad, everything become bad. Because,
Well-
and
well, for cats there is like this thing you can do,
Yeah.
like put it so they can scratch it because they need that. Like you just give them that place, teach
yeah,
them.
we do that. But even the furniture.
My pets are
Your
only
pets
my
are-
plants. I raise plants. Yes, I like plants. So I think they are just like my children.
Wow,
I take much care of them.
interesting. Plants. I could never have plants. I think I always forget to water them. Like I think I have a friend who her cactus died. Even.
Cactus have
Cactus
died.
died. Yeah, I thought that's impossible, but like some people can.
How did it die?
She didn't water it for 2 years.
Cactus.
2
Oh my god! 2 years!
Of course. Now it makes sense.
But when do you remember to water a cactus? Like they're just there, and then they're dead. Yeah, it was
That's
long.
there to have a cat.
Well, yeah, and she has problems with paying attention to stuff that she has. Yeah, that's the only person I know who burnt eggs while boiling them.
Wow!
I did that. I did that.
You also?
I did that. Oh, I burned a lot of eggs. Every time. Boiled. The sunny side up, scrambled, you name it.
Just burn them.
Burn them. Covered with the air freshener.
Yeah, I think if you are someone who does not follow up things, you can't have pets or plants or. I couldn't
Boiled
have
eggs.
pets. No,
I pay
can't.
attention.
I couldn't.
I pay attention to every leaf they make.
Wow.
Every new leaf, I keep counting them. If I am out of home for 2 or 3 days, so when I back, I count the leaves.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, because
If
you have
that
children.
Yes, if that is no.
Another. Ouch!
Then you have interrogation, like who took the leaf?
No. The leaf, they do not touch them.
Which one of you died? Then die on me.
Sometimes I punish them if they
The plants?
no the kids.
The kids.
I mean, how you punish? Stopping giving water or something like that? No water for you today.
Exactly.
If anyone spoil them or make something to them, I punish him hardly.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, yeah, they like. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, they have to learn. Plants are always also like living thing.
Yes.
Okay then. So our hour today has passed.
يجينا وتوت فتكنيكلي وتوت مش بلشت توت توت لا إلا توت
Okay.
فلازم توت
Okay, so
yeah.
yeah, time passes really quick
When you're at work,
here.
half an hour is like ages.
Yeah, but when you're having fun, it passes so quickly. Yeah. Okay. So nice. It was nice having you. and we had lots of fun. And I hope to see you next time, same place, same time, every
Without
Tuesday.
dates.
Without snakes.
That's what I'm seeing this.
No, next time I'll make sure I'll eat before I come.
Okay, I will bring